Welcome to Accommodations and Modifications. Let's talk about the basics. Why are accommodations and modifications important? They provide opportunities for students to access core grade level instruction. They level the playing field. Accommodations can be provided to any student. However, if accommodations are in a student's IEP or 504 plan, they must be provided. They reduce the effects of a student's disability. Modifications can only be provided to a student with an IEP. Special education means specially designed instruction to support access to, participation in, and learning of the general education curriculum. IDEA was reauthorized last in 2004 and reminded us that all students are general education students. The general education curriculum is everyone's curriculum. Students with IEPs must have specially designed instruction tied to the general education curriculum. Specially designed instruction means adapting as appropriate to the needs of an eligible student, the content, methodology, or delivery of instruction. Fare is not always the same for everyone, as you can see in this cartoon. We often need to make adaptations throughout our life. If we are short, we move the driver's seat closer to the steering wheel and pedals. If we are tall, we move it farther away. We adapt. For educational purposes, adaptations mean any adjustment in the environment, instruction, or materials for learning that enhances a student's performance and allows for at least partial participation. That would include accommodations and modifications. Accommodations and modifications can be made to the environment, curriculum, instructional methods, and assessment practices. Accommodations change how the student learns, not what the student learns, and allows students to learn the same material in a different way. Accommodations are designed to adjust the task requirements without directly altering the student's skill level. Changes can occur to the delivery of classroom instruction. Accommodations change the how. For example, they may call for the adaptation of formatting, larger font, graphics, or text complexity. Setting, a secluded place for testing, small group, peer assistance. The amount of time needed, more frequent repetition, extra time to complete assignments, and the type of response required. Speak, write, type, or use augmentative communication devices. Accommodations are used when the student needs some change to the presentation, response, timing, or scheduling of assignments in order to provide access to content information and how they demonstrate their learning. Accommodations do not substantially change expectation, instructional level, content, or performance criteria, just the delivery of information. Modifications are an actual change to what the students are expected to learn and or demonstrate. Modifications can include adjustments to the content, complexity, or expectations of the curriculum, such as using alternative assignments or adapting assessments to better suit the student's needs. Unlike accommodations, which do not change the instructional level or performance criteria, modifications alter the core program to match the student's abilities and learning style, lessening the content and rigor. Modifications and alternate achievement standards should be considered for students with the most significant cognitive disabilities. Providing accommodations in my general education classroom. Collaboration is critical. Partner with special education staff and related service providers. They can help you understand the purpose of the accommodations and modifications. If you are having challenges implementing accommodations or modifications, talk with the special education teacher. They can help you with the challenges you're having in implementing these supports in your classroom. Ongoing communication and trusting relationships can help you learn more about how students are doing with the supports they are receiving. Check in with the student, parent, and/or special education teacher to see if the student is feeling comfortable using their accommodations. Do they feel they have easy access? Do they feel supported in the general education classroom using their accommodations? Discuss the success or lack of success with accommodations in the student's IEP meeting. Accommodations are for the general education setting. Only general education teachers are typically implementing them. Planning with universal design for learning can eliminate extra work. Applying UDL principles in your lessons can meet the needs of a whole range of students in your classroom. By proactively anticipating barriers to learning, you can build supports that help all students access the materials. Students with IEPs and 504 plans are not the only students who have challenges. Ready, set, implement. Read your students' IEPs and 504 plans. Let the special education teacher or 504 coordinator know if you have any questions about implementation. Learn to use the materials yourself. If assistive technology or other devices are to be used, learn how to support it. Set up your classroom effectively. Develop a seating chart for those with preferential seating. Know what preferential seating means for each student with this accommodation. Is it away from the door, near the point of instruction? Be prepared to address any questions that other students might have. Keep track of when students use their accommodations and when they refuse to use them. Common accommodations. Presentation accommodations. These are changes to the way information is presented. Text to speech. Working with fewer items on a page. Larger print size. Repeating instructions. Ordering problems from easy to hard. Access to written instructions, and letting the student restate directions before starting an assignment. Response accommodations. These change the way students complete assignments or tests, giving responses in a spoken form, dictating answers to a scribe, or using speech to text, using a calculator or table of math facts, provided with a study guide before the test. Setting accommodations. Work or take a test in a different setting, such as a quiet room with fewer distractions. Sit where learning is best or is the safest place, away from the door for runners. Use special lighting or acoustics, such as an FM system, and the use of sensory tools like fidgets or a special chair. Timing accommodations. Taking more time to complete a task or a test. Have extra time to process spoken information and directions. Taking frequent breaks, such as after completing a worksheet. Scheduling accommodations, taking more time to complete a project, taking a test in several time sessions, or taking a test at a specific time of the day. Organizational skill accommodations. Use an alarm to help with time management. Mark text with a highlighter. Use a planner or organizer to help coordinate assignments. Common modifications. Assignment modifications. Complete different homework problems than peers. Answer different test questions. Create alternate projects or assignments. And receiving adult assistance. Curriculum modifications. Learn different material and learning at a different level, not always on grade level. Get graded or assessed using a different standard than other students. Be excused from projects. Using different books that have similar concepts but at an easier reading level. Getting graded or assessed on a different standard from classmates, such as a pass-fail grading system. Just something to think about. Every student can learn, just not on the same day or in the same way. If you have questions or concerns regarding a student's accommodations or modifications, reach out to their special education teacher or to your district special education director. You can also reach out to the Office of Special Education Services. Thank you.